Hola, buen día a tothom. Good morning everybody. Buenos días a todo el mundo. Buongiorno. Siete tutti benvenuti. Oggi facciamo la conversazione in italiano. Abbiamo scelto un'altra lingua. Non è una lingua di questo contesto, ma vedrei che tutti poter capire quello che diciamo. Okay, benvenuti tutti a Tortosa.
Very nice, huh? Oh, it's open.
I ara ve lo complicat, que és que tinc que parlar en anglès.
Oh, wow.
Good morning again to everybody. So today we will be talking about residencies, and that is a very nice project because we have been working so hard with Mois Multi de Quebec. That is a festival of visual arts and performing and videos, and it's in Quebec City, based in la com es diu? En
Méduse.
En la Méduse. That is a very nice project that exists for 25 years or something like that. So we started to work with Mois Multi, trying to develop these kind of residencies of changing. One Catalan artist go there and one Quebecois artist comes here. And also we tried to split, not to be only a project between Eufònic and Mois Multi. So Mois Multi is linked to Avatar, that there is another structure that existed in La Méduse. Eufònic has been linked with l'Estruc de Sabadell. So it's not only to work about la descentralización and to be able sharing the egos, because it's not only our project, it's a project that belongs to other ones. So the processes that we made it's first, Mois Multi comes here to discover which is the territory and which means Eufònic, because sometimes the web don't give you the truth. And after, Vicent went to Mois Multi, 27/0, so the contrast was quite nice because Quebec was 34 positive and Vicent was 27 negative. And at that moment we decided how we choose the artist, and the artist is about an open call. And the artists apply, and all the structures choose the artists that we wanted to combine one with the others. So with you, Lina Choi and Isabel Archs, they are the artists that we have been choosing, and they has been they did the residency. So they can explain how it was each other. She has been under 22nd degrees.
Yeah, minus.
And
yeah.
Lina has been 34 plus.
So, yeah.
See?
So,
It's okay?
yeah, it's okay.
Yes. So, okay, we finish. No.
No, goodbye. Thank you for everything.
Thank you for everything. So, Lina, do you want to start it to tell us a little bit about your project? Probably everybody saw it yesterday on the board.
Yeah.
But could be nice for someone that cannot catch the boat.
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm Lina Choi. I am an artist and I work with sound, but I'm interested in sound of water. So I explore these different bodies of water and I go for field recordings or I film, and with that sound I also compose sounds and I do performance and then I make installations. And I am interested in our deep connection with water. Our human being has this deep connection with water, and I think it is from our prenatal experience from our mother's body. So I am exploring that. Yes.
Yeah, beautiful. And how went your residency, your 2-month residency? How went?
It was great. It was really good chance to see both urban setting and rural setting. I don't know if I can say it's rural in La Rapita, but so yes, it was amazing. Like I was able to see, different waterways, like the rivers, the sea, and the merging point between those different bodies of water. So it was great, and I was really happy to see the sea because it's mostly fresh waters in Quebec where I live. So it was really great to see different bodies of water here. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. So I'm Isabel. I went to Canada 2 months during January and February, and I did a project that it's called Cold Border or Sous la lisière froide. That I can, sorry for my French because I don't speak French. And yeah, it was a multidisciplinary project. Yeah, we can put the video. I have a little teaser about that. And my work was like sampling all the sounds that I recorded during when I work as a nurse in the hospital. And yeah, I did this, that everything is make it by sampling that sounds and with some visuals. And with that piano that plays alone, that so beautiful piano in Avatar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's it. It's a little shorter teaser, but yeah.
Oh my, that's so beautiful.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. It was so interesting to work in that project for 2 months because I think that residency, like in that way too long, it's nice to develop things that maybe you could not do in your normal life, like you can experiment with other tools like visuals or like, like light, and just to try, and you have the time to just try it and decide if this is a good way to express your project or not. And I think that it's so nice to give a very big space, like 2 months to do that. Yeah, don't know.
Months ago, I has been in a meeting talking about residencies, and it was a very nice situation because some artists they refused to do international residencies, and they said that it could be better to get a national residency. So that means in terms of sustainability, and even if there are now, always has been artists with families, to go 2 months abroad, it's not a very good. And it seems that this kind of residencies belongs to the youngers or belongs to the independents. So that were the individuals.
Yes.
And that was a very hard situation because we was discutiendo about realities, personal realities. So who needs to go abroad and who needs to stay? And it was fun because the people say that when you go abroad, there is a lot of factors that help to you to be more smart and wake up, because you are alone. So you are out of your comfort zone. Even it's you didn't recognize the landscape because it's your first time. You didn't know the language, so because maybe, or you are not so fluent with the local language, And the other says that, that all these kind of factors doesn't mean nothing to create, because you can feel alone also in your territory. And, well, what do you think about it?
I think there are two sides because, if you go to international residencies, you can have a different perspective because, like you said, you are in unfamiliar culture and you see everything differently than you see in your home country, which is great because it gives artists a great source, a very important source for new work. But at the same time, I think personally we should more talk about how we manage mental part of being alone in the residency, because like we said, mostly we work alone, but which is great because we can focus on what we want to do. We don't have to think about anything else, like my job in Canada, like I need to do this, I need to do that. Which is great, but also at the same time it's pretty lonely, you know? Like really. So, but we never talk about how we can manage about that part. And also, like you said, as a women artist, I don't have a child yet, but I want to have a child. But I'm also afraid of having a child because then I would never be able to go to international residencies. But yeah, so that's a sad thing but I think we should encourage mother artists to go abroad more, and we should take care of these women artists who have children. Yes.
Yeah, it's true. It's true that que para hacer una residencia así estás desde un privilegio, ¿no? Privilegio de poder dejar tu trabajo, irte 2 meses. Quiere decir, soy muy consciente de esto y toda la gente que estaba haciendo residencias allí en Medús también hablábamos de esto, ¿no? Esta cosa de poder decir, ok, puedo dejar mi trabajo y no me van a despedir. Y creo que es verdad esto, que muchas veces se hace difícil, ¿no? A la que tienes, when you have a child, it's impossible to go and just to do residencies like that. And sí, o sea, totalmente. Y también creo que sí que tiene un valor muy importante poder ir a otros sitios donde realmente se trabaja diferente. Realmente te das cuenta de que hay muchas otras visiones, conoces a otra gente que te aporta muchísimo. Al final, aquí en Cataluña nos conocemos prácticamente todos y sabemos bien, ¿no? Un poco lo que pasa y qué te puede dar ciertas personas, qué puedes dar tú, ¿no? Y como expandir esto y probarlo y ver, ¿no? A ver qué te aporta, creo que tiene muchísimo valor, muchísimo. I'm sorry for not talking in English, because sorry.
In that meeting also, the other door that has been opened, it was about families, no? Because not all the places for a residencies has been prepared to go with your family. More and more there are residencies that they included the families. But at the same time, it was residencies venues that they decided it's not the place for the family. So that was another kind of discussion, because they said, no, that it's, you come with your family, but not the other artists are with their family. So how we manage the different energies, noisings, and timings. Okay, because if you go with your family, you get it at one time. That was one point, and the other point, it was the generations. Because as you are so younger, the other point of the discussion, it was why most of the residencies are open for the youngest generations, and why the oldest one or the seniors one, it seems that they are quite on the top, and they don't need to research about their job, no? And that was another discussion. The youngest said, you has been the opportunity, now it's our time. And the oldest or seniors said, don't watch me don't watch me through my age, because maybe I am just starting. Doesn't mean that I am 55 or 64. So my career is starting now. So what do you think about crossing generations at the residencies? Not to be only youngers, not to be only seniors, to get it this kind of a transgenerational residencies.
I think that it's super important because we will grow up and we want to do residencies until we want, no? So I think that it's important for the los programadores to no tener como este juicio, ¿no? De solo voy a coger a gente joven. En la convocatoria de Confluence no había un tope de edad.
So that was a big discussion because they say, no, youngest artists, and I said, no, artist.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, because in Confluence there was not like an age limit, and I think that it's very important not to put and just, because, okay, we are young, but we are out from a lot of open calls, because we are 30 now. Yeah, and it's like, okay, I'm old. I cannot, I'm not a young artist now for a lot of open calls. And it's like stupid sometimes. I think that it's important to give support from young artists, but also for old artists. And yeah, and in Confluence, I think that it was very nice not to put that limit and just, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, when I see also this age limit, it's a bit frustrating because it looks very fun, it sounds fun, but like I'm just like 2 years older than me. Yes. But also because the young artists probably, who just graduated from universities, they might not have more opportunities than the ones who have longer career. So maybe that was for that I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that is a very frustrating thing.
Yes.
And the other door that they opened, it was how is important the place. So when you apply to this open call, you were thinking about, oh, great, I will be in Spain for 2 months. Oh, super, I will be in Quebec for 2 months. Or you thought, oh my God, that is a very good opportunity for my job. Doesn't matter if I am in Quebec or I am in La Rápita. That was, some people say that, no, the place, it's so important, must be the point. And another people say, no, it's not the place, because if you choose for the place, that means that you are doing such of a holidays. So if the residency is in New York, it's amazing. If the residency is in Tortosa, maybe not. No? You decided about the place, or you decided about the project and the opportunity?
About the project, come on. Yeah.
Digues la veritat.
Oh my God. Canada in January and February, it's like your bad dream, a nightmare. It's snowing all the day, you cannot go anywhere, so of course not, I choose for the place. And yeah, it's like about the project, about Avatar, that it's the sound studio where I went, about Medius, that it's a spectacular place in the world, that it's like beautiful, and for the festival, it's 1 month festival with a lot of artists all over the world, and yeah, it's a project, of course.
Yeah, it is good support from Avatar.
Very good one.
I bet. Yeah. I think I do both. I care about both because also places, I want to research about water. So I want to see different sceneries, because I'm always stuck in the same, there are many, many waterways in Canada, which is great. But also, yes, so places for my research. But also, I want to see different audience, like I want to receive a new feedback. And that was what made me apply for this opportunity was also for Eufònic Festival, and Estruk as well, because I was able to meet lots of artists during Estruk, and I met you guys, and then I was really happy that you enjoyed my performance. So yes, everything. I think I think of everything for choosing a residency.
And I want to say a thing that I think it's so important for our residencies that are too long, like 2 months, that we really need that feedback from the audience and also for the teams of the projects, because it's true that we are so long creating, and sometimes you can just go crazy, and you need someone who tells you like, oh yes, stay calm, just do that for me, or we are going to do that for that audience. And I think that this is a very good point in residencies, and also to give like una data limit, una performance, a deadline, to have a deadline to do the perform, like you have this and you need to do that, because I think that you work more for that. Yeah, but it's my experience, I don't know.
I know. I think I prefer also to have something at the end, like final presentation, so I can show my piece. But some artists don't like that also, you know, because they feel like it's forced.
Yeah,
because if he says like a research residency, then they don't want to be forced to make a final work. So I think it depends on artists. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So now it's your time if you wanted to do questions and curiosities about there. Mira, Anuria.
I wanted to. I'm Nuria. I also did a residency only for 2 weeks here nearby in Balada, which is like 20 minutes away from Amposta, well, 10 minutes away. But I wanted to ask about when you get the chance to do residency and to like spend time with the project and like whole time with like your practice and experiment. There's always like this one thing you find out, you know, this one thing you test, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is like the aha moment, like this is the thing that kind of transformed my practice. And I was wondering if you guys had like a moment like that during your residencies, like this one thing that you discovered or like a new process within your work that kind of was only possible because you had that kind of special focus and space that the residency gave you. If you had any examples, like I would love to hear that from you.
Sorry, I don't quite understand.
Oh, sorry, just like,
I'm so sorry.
I was just going to ask about like your process within the residency, if there were like anything that you tested and you discovered, like any particular ways in which your work got to grow, or like a new thing that kind of emerged out of like the specific context of, you know, getting to work here.
I think for me, you know, I always try to go to places where like not many people are, because I want to record sounds in quiet places. And I was in La Rapita and I went to the beach 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning to avoid the people, but there are always people, you know? And okay, you know, why not? I'm gonna just record any sounds with people. I'm gonna film with people. I never done that before, you know? And then I loved it. I think that was really big change for my practice, because I also thought about this, you know, our life around waters, you know, like we're involved in water. We're like walking around the water, we're swimming, and animals, birds, living things all around. So I was really exploring that really like interconnection between human beings and waters and all the bodies and all the things. I think that was my new discover. Yeah.
Yeah, I really think that you could discover a lot of things about your practice, because you have a lot of time to think and just go crazy with that. And I think that one of the most important things for me was have...
You discover snow.
Yeah, oh shit, fuck.
There was a big snowstorm in January when she was there. Everybody was surprised about this snowstorm.
But beautiful place, huh? Really beautiful. No. But I think that when you have like that time-long residency, you have like the opportunity to develop more your, for me, like your fast decisions, you know. I spend less time taking decisions like this, I don't want this, I want this. And I was so fast making that. Not in the first weeks. In the first weeks, I was like in the Resplandor, the film, The Shining, just like, oh my God, what's that? I don't understand anything. But when it starts to feel comfortable in the space in Avatar, I feel like super fast taking decisions. And I think that it's beautiful for an artist to discover that tools that this is like my background, you know, for other projects and my learning from that residency. And not only the project, that it's a beautiful project, but yeah.
Okay.
Hi there, my name is Sue. I'm an artist. I'm performing this weekend. Thank you for letting us join today. It's really great to hear about your work, and I had a question about the plan for the residency that you had before you arrived, the final work. How close was it? I'm always really interested to see how a residency might shape or even change some of the ideas that you have before you arrive to start the residency.
I mean, like I said, like something has changed because of the, you know, like the people in my videos, people in my sounds. But the performance-wise, I think that went the way that I expected. But yesterday, the performance, I wasn't really satisfied because the sounds was a bit different than I had expected. Yeah, so I think that was because, you know, both the place was unique place, but I never done that before. So I think that was the environment was different.
Yeah, I think that it's a thing that happens when you put an idea in the floor. You know, when you give that idea that it's in the sky and just put, it's not the same that you think in the beginning. So yeah, it's totally different that about what I expect to do. And I think it's beautiful to embrace it and just to feel comfortable with that. And we need to do that work of putting the things in the floor and showing, and not just in our minds like, oh yes, I'm just, you know.
But
and
that is true. That's the point of doing a residency.
And residency on a project.
You cannot plan in advance.
Yeah, you are not gonna do what you are imagining, you know, and you need to embrace it and just stay happy with that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Lina Choi, Isabel Archs,
Very
Isabel
nice.
Archs, Lina Choi.
Thank you.